Hello. Can you believe it? The holidays are we are mid-holiday. Christmas has gone by. Christmas Eve was even earlier. New Year's in a couple of days. And my last attempts at doing a paint stream, my mom would call right in the middle of it. So you missed all the incredible work that I did. But I'll show you. So I did several dudes. This is a sort of Italian-looking guy. An Italian-looking guard. This is a nice Norman, would you say? Would you say this is a Norman warrior with a warhammer? Then this is more of a Scandinavian or type of looking dude. And this is done with the Army Painter Speed Paints. This is a cleric. He's got a flail. Army Painter Speed Paints, although I mix my acrylics freely in with the speed paints. So, this is another Warhammer-esque character with a wolf cloak. Several wolves. 1, 2, 3, and 4. 4 wolves. And by the way, every one of these guys has gone through the varnish box wringer, so they are done. And they are among, although they're not the last ones, they are among the last few that I did with black primer. So I still have a few. I have these 4. Whoops. These 4 were black primer, and then I kind of dry brushed them with off-white. And then I also have several that I've primed in white. Oh, here's my Lawrence of Arabia guy. This guy came out cool. Lawrence of Arabia. Very, very pleased with how he came out. Okay, so I also did several pieces, as I mentioned, in white. And, you know, they're primed in white. And then I started trying them out with the stuff. And they came out really good as well. So this is done with just, well, I wouldn't say it was just. This is actually Speed Paint brown. Her dress is actually just acrylic. And her flesh is acrylic. I think his hair and his cape and his boots are speed paint. His flesh is acrylic. And the sword is acrylic. And these guys all got gooped, by the way. This is probably my favorite out of the group. It's a gnome spellcaster of some sort. He's got a handlebar mustache. This is speed paint on his robe. Came out looking really nice and glazy. Looks really good. This is a speed painted halfling. His blue cloak is actually not speed paint. It's regular acrylic. Looks okay to me. I made it a little bit grungy because I put the goop on it, which has left a little bit of a stain there, but we'll fix that. Let's see. He's looking good, man. These dudes look good. They need bases. I also did these. These were actually based in white. This is all speed paint. They're based on creatures from a movie called The Green Slime, which I think is Japanese, but I'm not 100% sure. Certainly has a Japanese look to the monster design. But everything's really good. Okay, so these guys we're going to leave out because they all need bases. This guy, I started painting him, and I think he's actually ready to be gooped. This is speed paint on the purple. The shield is acrylic. His weapon and his armor is speed paint, though, also. So, I mean, he looks good this way, but I can't help it. I want to put the goop on him because I know it'll do interesting things to his face and make him more interesting overall. I started these other two. Whoops. You can see these other two right here. Whoops. All right, so what are we going to do with these two guys? Well, with her, she's definitely got to get acrylic skin. She's kind of an Amazon warrioress. She's got a bikini, sort of. She's got like a fur skirt and a separate top. So she's showing some skin, but she looks pretty tough. She looks like a warrior woman. This fella, I haven't looked at very closely. Oh, it's an elf. I have looked at this guy. Cool. Looks like a high elf. My instincts are to go with kind of like a grayish blue. I might do grayish blue and white. Like a polar elf, maybe. I like the looks of these. Their heads are a little bit bigger. They're a little bit more cartoony looking than my the previous characters I were doing. They're less realistic. There's another... Is that a halfling? I don't know. He's a torchbearer of some kind. Another torch-bearing fellow. I think this might be... I can't tell if it's a halfling or a human. You know, it's like, okay, if this is an elf, I think it's probably a human, right? Axe in one hand, torch in the other. And then this is definitely a dwarf. And you can see I've started on him. That is speed paint, the dark brown color. I just happened to have it out, and I was like, you know what, we'll use some of it up. All right, so let's start with her. And what I'm using for flesh is skin tone, which is the lighter of the two flesh colors I have. This other one I have is called Cameo Blush, which is a little bit pinker. For an acrylic color. There is a speed paint for flesh called Crusader Skin, which I do not know too much about. I haven't used it yet. All right. So with her, let's take a look. Somebody was also suggesting, I was watching some videos, taking the speed paint medium and mixing it with your acrylic colors. And you'll get basically any kind of speed paint you want. You can't dilute your acrylic colors with water before you do so. I think I've already slightly harmed the boot over there. Let's see. Well, we're getting in there. I like that her back is kind of bare, except for the strap for her top. I think that'll look good. I have to admit, I am somewhat interested in trying out this mix your speed painting medium with another acrylic color. But it should also be pointed out that, you know, when the person who came up with that idea has better paints than I do. And I'm pretty likely to screw it up. Well, I hope I don't. There's also the question of what color. I mean, obviously we can go with different colors for her top and her fur skirt. We could make her fur skirt some brown or tan animal fur. The real problem with the speed paints is they're a bit unforgiving when it comes to, if you color outside the lines. Or like with acrylics, I could just brush right over it. It'll cover it up. I could even wash it back off. Not a problem. Doesn't hurt it a bit. With speed paints, they have the reactivation issue, and that means that it will activate. It will attempt to blend, and it may not do a very great job of it. I'm not doing good other boobs here. Come on now. All right, her lower elbow is missing. And this is, once again, why we picked up the habit of priming everything in black, because if you prime everything in black, you never have the problem of, oh, I missed a spot. You just thank your lucky stars that you got some paint on there in the first place. All right. Let's take a look. There's a start. I think I might do like a purple top and a brown or a green top. Green might be the way to go. And then some kind of metallic shield. All right, while she's drying, let's go for our next contestant here. Let's do the, what I think is a halfling. Is that a halfling? Or half-elf, at least. Or a child. I'm trying to understand what is going on with this top here. Is it like a sweater? Okay, it's short sleeve, elbow-length sleeves. The feet are shoes. And for whatever reason, he's got a backpack. All right, let's just do his hands and his face. Same deal. Eventually, I'll be convinced to try out Crusader skin against these guys. I'll talk a little bit about Dungeon 23, which is my... I'm taking part in it. It's like a challenge. If you haven't heard of it, and why would you be here if you hadn't heard of it? The idea is for every day, every single day in the year of 2023, you'll have like a notebook, and you'll be creating one dungeon room a day. Every month will be a level in a dungeon. So you'll have this, at the end of it, we will have 12 level, 365 room mega dungeons. Which, that's pretty cool. Mega dungeons are often daunting. Not to me. I've done a couple, actually. Where do you think I got my obsessive nature from? my love of challenges. No, it's but it is cool. I like the format. I like the idea. I have a sketchbook that I've reserved just for Dungeon 23. Some people have already gotten started, even though it's supposed to be for 2023. I went ahead and got started as well. And I did room 1, and the way I designed my dungeon, I don't have it here. I'm downstairs. You can see a bit of it on my latest Inking Brillig video. I designed it so there is a clear path on the first level to go from the first level to the second level, about 6 rooms long, or 6 areas. However, that's all you get to do unless you defeat this one puzzle. There's a portcullis puzzle to raise a portcullis gate. Of course, you could always bend the portcullis gate too. You could bend bars or lift gates using the old AD&D schema. There's more than one way to get through a portcullis. But I designed a puzzle for it. I designed it last night, in fact. And the puzzle has to do with, this is my favorite kind of puzzle, where the combination to the combo lock is easy, but you have to figure out what the logic behind the puzzle is in order to solve it. And that's where there's no clues. You're on your own figuring out the logic of it all. Zealot yellow. Maybe she would look good in yellow. What do you think? Zealot yellow? I could do zealot yellow with little black spots like a leopard skin. Like a leopard skin outfit. Meow. All right. This is actually a little bit too bright of a yellow for me normally. What if I mixed it with a little... Well, no, it'll look good. I'm going to use this yellow. My real issue is it's too bright, but I just remembered I am going to do the gooping on these dudes, so that yellow will become a yellowy brown, like a golden mustard color. If we play our cards right. Now, let me find a good brush for it. I think this will be good. Okay. Come here, little lady. All right. You always want to go do the inside before you get too far on the outside. You know what I mean? Nice. Okay. Oh, maybe that wasn't great. Oh, no. All right, let's absorb some of that. There we go. We didn't do a good job with that. All right. That's okay. We'll touch her up. I gotta do the strap. We're doing her skirt as well. All right, we're going to hold out hope and just hope for a miracle at the end of this. All right. I know it's staining a little bit. It's going a little bit off, but that's okay. We're going to cover it up. The only part I'm really concerned about is if you look under her armpit, you can see there's a space that I didn't quite get to. It's impossible to see from here. But if I turn her like this, well, maybe I'll just leave it. I have to let her dry. Well, wait. Yep, look at that. White area. See it? All right, we're good. I think we're good to go. I can fix that inner hand, but I dare not do it right now while the paints are still wet. All right, well, as long as we have her, let's take a look at our halfling. Boom. As far as colors go, I want to do his shoes in kind of a brown color. And his shirt in I've got a mustard color, kind of sand golem, I believe it's called. I could use that for both, actually. Well, I've got hardened leather. Where is it? Dark wood, brush on primer, Crusader skin, Grave Lord Gray. So he used to, that's kind of funny. I used to be involved with a website back in the day, a long time ago, called The Gaming Outpost. And there's Sand Golem right there. Okay. And The Gaming Outpost was an awesome website. It's where a lot of people you may recognize got their start. Some of the key people that hung out at The Gaming Outpost were Mike Merles. And I was there. Clinton Nixon was there. Ron Edwards. Kind of an asshole. Let's see. All right. And whoops. This is before there was a big meltdown. These cats in Colorado were trying to run it to make money out of it. It never really made any money, as far as I know. So once the whole thing sort of self-destructed, Ed Healy also was there. In fact, Ed Healy was one of the key people there. That became the Forge later on. Well, Gaming Outpost didn't become the Forge. Both sites were running in parallel, but everyone moved over there. And yeah, I like this color. What can I tell you? I'm in a yellowy mood. This Sand Golem color is a nice yellowy color. I'm not doing a great job with it. Where was I going with this? Oh, but one of the admins there was the guy who went by the name Graveyard Greg. And so whenever I see whenever I see Grave Lord Gray, I think Graveyard Greg. I got stuff all over him. Okay, let's fix that. I'm going to dry brush it right off of his face. I'm going to end up repainting that face. Wow. Okay, that's no problem. It can be done. Oof. How do you beat the reactivation issue? That's been the real conundrum. All right. Look how poorly I treated this poor halfling. All right. It's because his torch is in the way. Okay, how's he look now? He's back to his old self, for the most part. Once we get his hair back together. But if you look at him, like, the shirt's going to be great. I've got to wait till it kind of dries, because you can see it kind of pooling behind on the backpack. And that ain't great. That's not cool. But it's fine, it's fine. Oh, shoot, you know what it is? It is not fine, because I'm missing part of it. Where is it? Graveyard Gray, where are you? That's not you. That's yellow. Oh, here it is, right here. And now I got it pooling down his arm like I didn't mean to do. But that's okay. He's going to look fine. That's one of the benefits of 15 millimeter is there's such a thing as close enough. So let's get his hair. Let's do his hair. I think his hair should be dark. Let's say a dark brown. I've got this. Oh, this is literally called dark brown. It's kind of a, it's more of a maroon type brown. To me, it looks like milk chocolate, which is not something I would call dark brown. I would call it a chocolate brown or a dark chocolate brown. When the goop goes on, though, it'll toast it up real nice and dark. So let us pray that we arrive there in peace. And it seems to mix okay with the sand gullum tan color that I was using. Seems to be okay. In the event that they, it's like mostly dry and then they end up reactivating, it does a really nice thing. It actually does like a nice blending effect on its own. So it's not the worst thing in the world when that happens. Oh boy, it's looking messy. All right, well, let's let him dry, and let's let her dry. How's she looking? She's looking a little bit better than the other guy did. Let's do her spear haft in the same brown, chocolate brown. Might have to mix some water in here with it. Or get a different brush. What is up with my brush? Look at it. This brush sucks. Oh, that's the problem. You got to constantly be replacing your brushes. All right, let's try this new brush. I don't know if you can see her. There we go. Can you see her? I end up holding my breath so much down here. I'm trying to paint in a straight line. I've never been a very good concentrator. Like, some people really need to concentrate when they're painting or drawing or whatever. Not me. I think it's because I've always been a doodler. You know what I mean? You're in class, you're just doodling away, and that's how you absorb everything. Somebody asks you a question, you got an answer. You're listening. You've achieved a zen-like state with your doodling. That's me. All right. I don't know if you can see it, but I've got a strip of white along the inside of the spear. All right, let's take a look. You're looking okay. Well, is that an area that I didn't hit? Oof. I got some on her hand. We'll have to fix that up. Oh, and some on her boob. All right, we can fix that. First of all, no problem. Just get it right off. No problem. How about on her hand? It's okay, I've still got the flesh color out. Take a look. Looking good. It's going to be a little different by the time we get to our bracelet. And I kind of want to get in and tidy up those boobs a little bit. All right, how about that? She's looking okay. We can go ahead and try and get that inner hand. If I don't get it, it's okay. The only part I don't like is this area. Baby. What you got? Run to the hills. Here we go. All right, everything's looking good on her. She's looking okay. Remember, she'll be seen from about that distance. Let's take a look at our halfling again. He's not looking bad. You know, like I said, it could be worse. Something about his pants is bothering me. I'm going to have to go back in and... There we go. A little bit of stain right there. Looking good. He's got some belt pouches and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and paint those with that same brown. that I've been using. We actually haven't used this brown on this guy at all. This is a very brown looking figure I'm looking at now. Now I realize I used so much yellow and brown on him. So I've got to think of how to bring out some more color on him. Well, he's carrying a torch, so the torch will be, on fire, so we'll have a fire effect. I have some fluorescent pink that I use for that. That looks pretty good. That's looking all right. How about for his dagger? Ooh, I got got some schmutz on his dagger here. Let me go ahead and chop that off. And I could give him like a glowing blue dagger, like he's got sting or something. Can you guys see it? The little nib on the end of his dagger. I should have caught that earlier. What if I give him... I could do like a cloudburst blue on the dagger. Or runic gray is kind of blue. Let me take a look. Yeah, runic gray might be the way to go, or cloudburst blue. Where's cloudburst blue? Hi, Lord. There's cloudburst blue. All right. Just for the sake of color, he's carrying a magic dagger. A dagger that glows blue in the presence of enemies. Now, let's just hope that I don't screw this up. All right, here we go. We can do it. It's so easy. It's right there. How could we mess this up? How could we possibly screw this up? It's impossible. It's too dark. What's going on? Why you do this to me? I don't know if you can see it. I should have diluted the color just a little bit, but I did not. It's okay. We'll dry brush a white or a silver over that, and it'll look pretty nice. He's looking good, actually. I don't mind this at all. I thought he was looking a lot more oafy than he came out. There is some white right there I need to fix. It's right over by his collar. It's not in a great place. See that area? These little white areas right here? We're going to fix that. It's one of the things that you can't really tell you've screwed it up until you add the other areas. All right. Looking good. Okay. Now, how do we do the flame? I'm going to start with this red color called True Red. But then I'm going to tip it with a fluorescent red or a fluorescent pink. And probably needs yellow dry brushed over the top of it first. So yellow at the edge on the tips of the flames. Another option I have is I could dry brush it with fluorescent yellow. Fluorescent yellow has kind of a greenish look to it though, so I usually don't do that. This guy is going to look nice when he's gooped though, I can tell you already. He's got nice deep lines. Okay, how's he look? His hair is terrible. What is wrong with his hair? Why your hair looks so dumb? All right. I'm going to paste a little bit of speed paint over the hair. See if that... Does it change it at all? No. All right, let that red dry anyways. We can. He's savable. He's still looking good, actually, all things considered. How about her? I think she needs... Well, she needs her shield done and she needs her bracelet done. Her bracelet's going to be gold? Let's do a gold, a copper. Maybe copper or gold. Copper. No, let's do gold. And not even this gold. Let's use the other gold. All right. Here we go. All right. Once we get this done, that'll be it for tonight. Please tune again this weekend. And there will be more painting going on. Every day there is going to be, I hope every day. I don't make any promises, but so far it's been every day. There will be a video about drawing and inking the Brillig comic, which is my current project. Good times. Good times are had by one and all. She's looking good. I'm going to do the inside of her shield is black, and maybe the outside is the same gold. Now, this gold doesn't have a lot of nice opacity or coverage to it, but it is what it is, so let's throw it on there and hope for the best. I'm going to do her hair as black. All right. I'm trying to do the rim of the shield. You know, I don't think it looks good, actually. In this case, it's the white primer. I think this would look okay over black. Like the contrast would be higher. But once we get this going, we'll reassess. That's the cool thing about it, is you can always add more paint. All right. I was watching this one dude. I can't remember which channel it was. It was one of the miniature painting channels that I watch. And he's interviewing this really prolific Warhammer painter design guy, Vic, I think his name is. Vic or Vince. And he's trying to do like a, he's trying to grind some painting, to be like this dude. I'm going to use Grim Black. Let's use Grim Black. And he's got all his miniatures out, and he's mixing up some epoxy. And he flips the epoxy cup by accident. And it ruins like 6 miniatures. It's like, holy fuck. Not cool. Like, it epoxied them. You can't wash it off. You can't wash it off. If you try and chip it off, like, it'll take the paint off with it. It's just done at that point. Felt pretty bad for the dude. All right. This is about your hair. Oh, no. It's too wet. And it's going to drip. And it's black. Okay. Ugh, you look like my high school girlfriend. With your black hair. All right. The raven-haired beauty. Okay. Let's hope there's not too much of this black. I gave her bangs. She looks like Betty Page now. Damn. Damn, girl. Okay. Why don't you go that black? Too black, too strong. Got a posse. It's half a block long. All right, hold up. Actually, you know what? It came out good. She looks a little bit goth. But she looks okay. Let's do the inside of her shield. Shit, that's too much, man. Same frickin' way. Here's where the contrast really seems to shine. Looking okay. All right, all that's left on her she's definitely got to dry. She's got a belt buckle that needs to be done, and then the spearhead. And you know what, we're gonna let that shield go for now. I might actually put some sand golem speed paint over it just to darken it up a little bit. But for now, let's do oh shucks, how about nickel for the spearhead? I could do Grave Lord Grey, not Graveyard Greg. Now, instead of nickel, I've got silver something. Silver chainmail. All right, let's do that. And then same on her belt buckle. Nice. And I'm going to have to look up what company these were. These are cool miniatures. I couldn't remember where I got them at all. They don't seem to me like Splintered Light. But they're definitely sort of dungeon characters or personalities. So maybe they are Splintered Light, so who knows? There we go. Now remember, when she gets gooped, all these shading is going to come in, and it's going to like magically fix a lot of our mistakes. We hope, except for that, which is her bracelet coming off onto the spear, which I will now have to fix. We can fix that. We'll fix that. And then I'll show you where we are, and we'll have 3 ready to go. What 3, you say? You only did 2. Remember, I have that other one, that one other one guy. Looking good, right? We're there, okay. So, when next we meet, we're going to have her, Inez. So I've just named her. I may redo that shield. And that ear. Well, let's do the ear right now. Oh, let's strike while the iron is hot. Inez, how could I miss your ear? So I got Inez. She's going to get the brown super shader on. I have Franklin, halfling. Here he is. Oh, I could do his flames. Let's do the flames before. All right, Inez and Franklin. Oh, hang on there, telephone. Where's my yellow? I need the bright yellow. There's fluorescent yellow. Pink. Orange. Here it is, yellow. Okay, for this trick, we need to go with a dry brush. This is dry. Okay. We just need at least 2 hits of it. Hold on. No, not you. Okay. A little bit more. That looks like a flame, right? Okay. Franklin, you're looking good. There's a little spot by his thumb that I think I need to fix. I'm gonna use this one. I want to use that black paint that I had a second ago. So, right by his thumb. There we go. How about right by his fingers? That's all looking good. That's all looking good. So their faces never look good until we get the goop on there. Once we get the goop on there, this is what their faces are going to look like by comparison, okay? Oops. They're going to look a lot nicer, I think. Like this guy. So we just have to wait and get him all set up. Same thing with her. And then who's the third one? It's this guy. This guy I'm calling Homan. He looked like my drama teacher when I was in high school, Al Homan. Al Homan was the greatest. He apparently, he's very ill, and he He died suddenly the year I left. The second year I left for college. What's going on with his face? I think I need to fix up his face just a little bit. He needs a little bit of flesh tone. Anyhow. So next time you see us, we'll be roasting these guys in the goop. It takes it a while to cure. So I usually don't put the goop on the same night I paint them, because it'll just take it right back off. Like the goop will wash the paint right back out. But it won't be all of the paint. It'll just be like enough to make it look bad. All right, how about this? Oh, did I hurt his mustache? I don't know. I might have hurt his mustache there. Let's see if we can brush it back off his mustache. I want your stash to look good. And chances are the stash is going to look good regardless once the goop goes on. It's just the way of all things. I might have to grab some of that Grave Lord Gray again. All right, let's do a little tiny bit of Grave Lord Gray. One drop at a time. And I know this stuff says, oh, it's all in one dose. But actually, it's okay to put more than one coat. It does look deeper. All right. It's all looking good. Okay, so this fella will also be ready to rumble next time. This weekend, probably. Oh, I'm going to be busy this weekend anyways. I got to put together the next 9-volt anthology that is coming out. I'll be putting the PDF together. Cover is officially finished. That's usually the thing I wait the longest on. It's all looking good. Hang on. All right. Let's put them all together. These three kings. On next episode, these three will get gooped. These four will get their bases. We're going to do terrain bases for these four dudes, which are right here. Gooped, terrain bases. And then maybe we'll talk about doing these three or these four other characters that I have over here. Got plenty of unpainted miniatures to go through. All right, talk to you later. We're at the 1 hour mark. See you later.